Holy smokus, it ain't no jokes. Don't sell your Micron, AMD, or Nvidia now. Trump just did the unthinkable. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Please read the disclaimer. Micron is currently up almost 20% on the day. What is happening with Micron stock, with MU stock, Micron stock? What is happening here? It is just going bananas here today, creating new all-time highs. We talked about the potential of the breakout through the resistance level. We gapped up here, which is going to be very interesting going forward. But I think we'll talk about that later, because right now, let's enjoy the big pump that we're seeing here today. We jumped up on the pre-market opening already, as you can see, jumping from 745 all the way up to 777 there for Micron. And then since the open, we ran to the resistance level on the open and then just broke out here for Micron. Amazing, amazing breakout here for Micron stock today. And this is coming off a big upgrade, and Micron actually hitting 1 trillion market cap for the first time in history. Micron is up 18% alone today. A year ago, this company was worth 60 billion. Today, it crossed $1 trillion. That's 1,350% move in just 413 days. UBS, that's the reason why Micron is pumping here, is because UBS nearly tripled its price target from 535 to 1,625, citing explosive AI memory demand and a global memory shortage that is allowing Micron to raise prices at will. Every NVIDIA chip needs memory chips to function. Micron makes those memory chips. And so that is why Micron right now is doing so amazing. It's not just Micron that's doing good today. SanDisk is also up around 10% off of that. And AMD also up 6.4%, also creating new all-time highs, about to break potentially that 500 level there for AMD. Wow, AMD also was around 80 just about a year ago in April of 2025, and now almost at 500, potentially could be at 500 by the time you're watching this video. So just an amazing day here for most of the most of the stock market, not for everything, right? Not everything. Nvidia, ever since earnings came out, it has been lagging a little bit. Orlando is a very smart trader. He knows how to read the option tape, right? And he said that interesting shift in the tape lately, said this on May 19th, especially across the bigger semis, SMH, Nvidia, and AMD. Still seeing bullish position coming in, but also a lot more distribution. Profit taking and short volatility setups through straddle strangles and call overriding. And honestly, it's been paying. Unless markets get hit with sharp volatility expansion, a lot bigger money seems more focused on harvesting premium and managing exposure here than aggressively chasing the upsides. Makes sense too with NVIDIA's earnings, right? And we had NVIDIA earnings, and Orlando says here, another day of NVIDIA chopping while so many other semis rip. All-time highs, for example, for Alab and for Marvel. This is broadening within semiconductors. And it looks like the money has been distributing other ways. People are looking at NVIDIA and how it's already at a $5 trillion market cap, and the price has gone up so much, and money is distributing to other plays that could potentially go up. So this is going to be very interesting to see how these other plays potentially could distribute here in the next coming weeks. Now, if we look at the stock market at the S&P 500, it is up 0.5% today. It was up a little bit higher, but pulled back, as you can see, started off the morning very strong and then pulled back a little bit. NASDAQ, similar, up 1.5%. Of course, when you have Micron and AMD going up so much, and they are both almost $1 trillion market caps, the two of those, so it pulls up, stocks. Think about it. Apple is 4.5 trillion. These valuations are, Microsoft is 3 trillion and Micron is already 1 trillion. So only a third of Microsoft. Kind of crazy, right? And Meta is 1.5 trillion. So Meta is only 50% higher market cap than Micron. Kind of wild already, right? Think about that. If you think about Facebook, Meta, you think it's such a huge company. It's not that far off market cap wise from Micron right now. So wild times right now in the market. And it will be very interesting to see potentially where we can go from here, because there is information that could be beneficial for the stock market. But before that, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, if you're new to the channel and you're interested in stocks, now's the time to subscribe and to ring the bell so you get notifications about new videos that drop. That's very, very important. We're going to talk maybe once, twice a day about stocks, what's happening in the stock market, what's happening in the world, and how that can affect the stock market. So if you're interested in that kind of content, join along for the party. We have also another channel that's larger. This is our startup channel. So if you're interested in joining us here on the journey, come along. So President Trump will convene a rare cabinet meeting at Camp David on Wednesday as negotiations with Iran enter a critical phase. All cabinet members are expected to attend the meeting, Fox News has confirmed, including outgoing Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. The gathering comes as the administration weighs in next steps in high-stakes negotiation aimed at securing a broader agreement with Tehran amid a frying ceasefire. So the ceasefire, is delicate there. There were some attacks this morning, and that had an effect on oil. So oil, interestingly, dropped this morning, but then it made a comeback. It dropped all the way to 89. Now it's back to 93. And this is a rare instance because President Trump doesn't like Camp David. And the fact that he is telling all the cabinet members, come to Camp David. I want us to, talk about what's going on. I don't know if he wants them to weigh in on the situation, or he just wants to tell all the cabinet members what's going on. But this is a very interesting situation that is happening right now, and it will be very interesting to see what plays out and how things are going on for the stock market. Because again, if we go and we look at stocks right now, and what the best indicator is the VIX. Which is interesting, right? Because the stock market, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ are up today, right? But the VIX is also up today. And this is a weird situation, right? It means that investors are buying more puts than calls right now on the S&P 500 index fund, and they're looking at a potential pullback on the market. It's very telling, and I have to think about this right now that I'm seeing this for tomorrow. And for the next day, for Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, towards the end of the week, because I am, doing some trades, day trading and option trading here. And so the fact that the VIX is in the green today when the stock market as a whole is up is a little bit concerning and could be a signal that we might be in store for a pullback. So I'm just going to have that in my back pocket. Again, also the inverse is correct, but it doesn't work every single time. It's just weird when you have a situation like that. Again, anything under 20 is considered pretty bullish, and we still are under 20 with the VIX, but I will be watching to see what happens with the VIX in the next coming days. And how strong the semiconductor and the memory industry is right now. And even the energy stocks are doing good today. EOSE and Solar Edge continues its recovery of 15% today. Interestingly, the quantum stocks that were doing very good last week are not doing great this week. They did go up significantly, so it's normal for a little bit of a pullback. But they're doing so great that Taiwan has officially become the 5th largest stock market in the world. Think, Taiwan is a small country, There's only 23 million people living in Taiwan in January of 2025. So it's a pretty small country. And yet its stock market is now the 5th largest in the world. Taiwan's total market cap hit 4.9 trillion, surpassing India's, right? So India's has 1.5 billion people, and its stock market is worth less than Taiwan's with 29 million people. And this is because of one stock. And one stock is carrying the entire market. TSMC now makes up 42% of Taiwan's benchmark index and is up 50% in 2026 as AI chip demand is gone bananas globally. And so this is the current situation that we are in right now, the craziness of these past few months with these massive run-ups in everything that has to do with AI infrastructure. And the valuations continue to grow, and Micron was so undervalued that it just went up so much. Now, a lot of people will look at Micron and look at the forward PE and things like that, but right now there's huge momentum. So we just need to be careful. Again, if we're thinking about getting more or less or any specific situation, if you're thinking about selling or buying, you have to weigh in the good and the bad and the ugly right now. Again, we could have the end to the war. We could have a continuation of the AI quote bubble. And we've seen in the past, especially when inflation has gone to a certain level, stock markets have a tendency to sell off. We know that if the midterm elections don't go the way that President Trump wants and the Democrats win majorities, then history tells us that the stock market does not do well. There's a lot of factors that could potentially put a brake on the massive run-up that we have seen recently. But again, anything could happen. I'm going to continue to join you on this journey, and hopefully we can learn together and get amazing plays together and do amazing things together as well. Don't forget to smash the like button, write a comment in the comment section. Hey, Javi. Hey, Avi, how are you doing? I mispronounced my name. I call myself Javi. Javier. You can drop 8 for infinity and beyond. That's a thing that we do here in the ecosystem, the Moneymaker ecosystem. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.